Ukraine is among the world's 10 largest suppliers of mineral resources. The report of the World Economic Forum for July 2024 states that there are about 20,000 mineral deposits on the territory of the country. Before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, about 15% of these deposits were active. Ukraine has significant potential as a major global supplier of critical raw materials for defense, high-tech, aerospace, and green energy. In 2022, Canadian consulting firm SecDev estimated the full value of all of Ukraine's mineral resources at $26 trillion, including coal, gas, and oil.
Ukraine is a key potential supplier of rare earth metals including titanium, lithium, beryllium, magnesium, gallium, uranium, zirconium, graphite, apatite, fluorite, and nickel. Despite the war, Ukraine holds the largest titanium reserves in Europe, 7% of the world's reserves. It is one of the few countries that mine titanium ores, crucial for the aerospace, medical and automotive and marine industries, from the World Economic Forum's July 2024 report.
President of the USA, Donald Trump, has expressed interest in Ukrainian resources, offering the United States military support in return. United States Geological Survey considers 50 minerals critical for the country's economy and national security. Among them are several types of rare earth elements, as well as nickel and lithium, which Ukraine possesses.
We're telling Ukraine they have very valuable rare earth. We want what we put up to go in terms of a guarantee. We want a guarantee. We're handing them money hand over fist. We're giving them equipment. So we're looking to do a deal with Ukraine where they're going to secure what we're giving them with their rare earth and other things.
Kyiv has talked before about Western states' access to valuable Ukrainian resources. The fourth point of Ukraine's victory plan mentions joint investments and the use of critical metals.
Ukraine offers a special agreement for the joint protection of Ukraine's critical resources, shared investment and use of its economic potential. We are talking about natural resources, including critically important metals worth trillions of US dollars. From a publication on the website of the Office of the President of Ukraine. Ukraine has articulated more than once to Trump that we have these metals. Moreover, even during the Democratic administration of Joe Biden in 23rd and 24th years, some Republican senators such as Lindsey Graham told Ukraine that this is the track to work on, that this is what Republicans and Trump are interested in. We heard it, we started passing this information, and now it has reached Donald Trump.
Not everyone in Europe welcomed the statement by the US president. For example, Chancellor of Germany Olaf Scholz does not consider the White House's proposal to swap valuable Ukrainian resources for US arms expediently.
We should use the country's resources to finance everything that it needs after the war. It would be very selfish and very self-centered to say we are using the money to fund defense support now. It is about Ukraine having a strong army in the future, and it is about Ukraine being able to finance its reconstruction. In view of the huge destruction, these are major tasks facing Ukraine. That's why I think it would be better if Ukraine's resources were used for a good future. Olaf Scholz, Chancellor of Germany, from a publication by another agency.
The Kremlin also reacted to Donald Trump's statement. Putin's spokesman Peskov said that it would be better if the US withdrew its support for Ukraine altogether. Moscow's reaction is predictable. After all, according to President Volodymyr Zelensky, deposits of critical resources in Ukraine are among the key targets of the aggressor country. Reported by Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.
It is no longer easy to drive into Pokrovsk. The Russian occupants have destroyed all the bridges and overpasses leading to the town. Public transport has not been running here for a long time. People from the residential areas have to ride bicycles to get to the center of the city, even in the sub-zero temperatures.
The buses don't run anymore, but I have to buy medicine.
Is that why you're cycling into the town?
Yes, everything is closed. 2 or 3 pharmacies are still open, and I also need to buy groceries.
How many kilometers can you ride a day?
Well, I am in my 80s already, so maybe about 10 kilometers.
The road leading to Selidove, a few kilometers from Pokrovsk, is full of shell fragments and debris from drone strikes. This section of the road is the most dangerous in the Pokrovsk direction. Here you can find not only debris from Russian shells, but also things like this battery from an attack drone. Possibly this is a way to get rid of drones if they don't find a target, or a Russian drone was targeting right here. You can meet local residents not only in city center, where the market is still operating. People come here when the curfew ends. They have only 4 hours from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. to deal with all of their issues. Pensioner Nadia hurries to buy food for her pets. She has more than 24 of them. Is that why you're not moving out?
That's right. That's why I don't leave. How can I leave them? I was ready to leave several times during intense attacks. If I was by myself, I would have left, but what are they going to do?
Due to frequent shelling in the city, electricity and heat supply are constantly interrupted. Pokrovsk has been living without centralized water supply for almost 3 years. How much water do you realistically need per person per one day?
Well, maybe 100.
100 liters.
That's not including washing.
Locals say that up until recently they used wells, but the water has been gone for a month now. There are enough city wells in Pokrovsk, but people cannot drink this water anymore.
My wife works in a lab. She took the samples as soon as I drilled the water well. There are no chemical elements, but you have to filter it to be able to drink that water.
There are almost no people willing to evacuate in Pokrovsk. The locals hope that the Russian occupier will not come here. They are ready to live without the usual communications just as long as they are home. No more than 2,000 people have left the city over the past months. Now, a little more than 10,000 Ukrainians remain in the city. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Alena Gramova, Yevgen Karmazin, UATV News.